Ladies and gentlemen, can somebody tell me in the comment section why Mashed Potato Brains left a total of 600,000 small arms, 76,000 vehicles. 76,000 vehicles, 208 airplanes. This was part of the former military of Afghanistan. And Lord knows, like, what else he left. Forget about all of that. The main thing is the human cost. They can't tell us how many Americans are still there. They cannot assure or guarantee that every American will leave. They cannot assure or guarantee that every Afghan who risked his or her life helping us will be able to leave. This is a Wall Street Journal article. I will leave it below in the description. I have to say this because this is the new H.A. Goodman, and I have to go ahead and tell you, I fear that the worst is yet to come, but I want you to tell somebody that you love them, somebody you love. Tell him or her how much you care about them, how much you love them, how much they mean to you. Do it today, this week, this month. Start writing poetry. Start taking guitar lessons. Start playing your guitar or your trumpet or drums or, if you're an artist, start painting again. Do something to make yourself happy. You deserve it. Focus on joy, happiness, love, success, prosperity, energy, enthusiasm. Life is beautiful. And if you're blessed, if you're fortunate, if you're lucky, if you are able to live life and you don't have to deal with the concerns of what's going on in the Kabul airport right now, trying desperately to come to the United States of America because our beloved president decided to spite Trump. All he had to do was start evacuating January 21st. Why didn't he evacuate January 21st? Why? That's the issue. It's not a matter of leaving. It's not a matter of the country falling. We had to leave. We knew the country would fall. The manner is the haphazard, last-moment, irresponsible, incompetent, inept manner that Biden decided to leave. And he had a negotiated deal that he should have abided by, that Trump negotiated. And of course, despite Trump, we have absolute mayhem and chaos. And I wish I could say the best is yet to come. The worst could be yet to come. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Tell your friends about this channel. If you want to give a super thanks, the super thanks is below right next to the share and like buttons. If you want to buy me a cup of coffee, if you want to support this channel, my work long term, my Patreon below is in the pinned comment. I have a new op-ed opinion piece in the Jerusalem Post. Check that out in the pinned comment. Share that everywhere. Democrats will turn on a certain someone before 2022. We're almost at 200,000 subs. We were over 184,000. Now we're like 3 or 4 away from 184,000 again. It fluctuates. So let's get to 184,000 and beyond. We're right near 200K. But that's not important. Right now, the T-Ban, we'll just call them the T-Ban, has 600,000 small arms, 76,000 vehicles, 208 airplanes, and armament probably, it ranges in the billions of dollars, okay? Why did he leave all of this? Forget about them. That's not important. That's really not that important. It is important. The human, I don't want this segment to take away from the human cost, which is nightmarish. and the atrocities taking place, the Taliban and other groups are ending people's lives, beating people, Americans, on the streets. It is complete mayhem and chaos, and it didn't have to happen. It is 100% Biden's fault. But like I said, focus on happiness, love, life, and everything that, if you have something to be, if you're blessed, you have something to be happy or proud of or thankful for, every day should be Thanksgiving for you and for me. Every single day should be Christmas. Every single day should be Hanukkah. Every single day should be a joyous occasion in some respect if you have a life that's infinitely better than what's going on right now. Right outside the Kabul airport, where there's 20 checkpoints just to get there. There are Americans behind enemy lines. They're behind 20, 30 checkpoints. They can't get to the airport. And Biden's press secretary said, don't use the word stranded. How many Americans are going to be left there? This was haphazard, last moment, last second, completely irresponsible. It was an incompetent. It was the most inept, incompetent, irresponsible example of a lack of leadership. This is a complete lack of leadership. You know, one thing with Trump was a leader. He didn't communicate well. He was a good leader to an extent, but he didn't communicate well. But he was a great president in terms of accomplishments. Biden has not accomplished record low unemployment. He hasn't accomplished a peace treaty and deal to evacuate Americans, which is what Trump did. This would not have happened if Trump had won. This would not have happened with Trump in the White House, because he would have started the evacuation immediately after the inauguration, because he negotiated a May 1st timeline. Biden had January, February, March, April. Pompeo and Trump would have January, February, March, April, abided by the timeline they negotiated. And to spite Trump, Biden didn't do that. And if I say that for 1,000 segments from here on out, it's the truth. It's important. People are not addressing the greatest issue. The biggest issue is not the country falling. It's not even the chaos, because the mayhem and chaos would have taken place after we left, unfortunately. It's the manner in which America's allies, the United States of America, our Americans there, the Afghans who risked their lives to help us. Because Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, Kerry, Biden, Clinton, the two sides of the same coin got us there 20 years ago. Biden was a part of Libya, WMD, everything. He was a career politician. He never had a signature success. He never had this grandiose accomplishment in decades in public office. Trump, within 4 years, had soaring wages. Now we have soaring crime and inflation. Trump had the Abraham Accords. He was the first president to step foot in North Korea, to begin détente between North and South Korea. President Moon Jae-in stated that Trump deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. And instead of, the fabricated scandals of the Trump administration, we see now pale in comparison. They're nothing. They're like child's play. They're nothing. It's absurd. And God bless the men and women of the United States military, our veterans from World War II, Korea, Desert Storm, Iraq, Vietnam, Afghanistan. God bless you. God bless you and your families. We can never repay you as a country. We owe a debt of gratitude forever. And I think that we owe the men and women of the United States military better than the incompetent imbeciles that run our government. Say what you like about Trump. He wasn't incompetent. He just, if you disagree with a great many Democrats, they get into this apoplectic, hysterical rage. And they think that you're like an authoritarian. But the reality is Trump allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities than any president ever, signed prison reform legislation. We had record low black and Latino unemployment. The man presided over great things. And now we see what true national security disasters are. Why did Biden leave 600,000 small arms? All of those planes, all of that, all of those vehicles. Why? Why? Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I'll have an epic live stream tonight at around 8:39 p.m.